I was thinking about what fighters need to protect themselves from being taken advantage of during their fight career. And you have to understand you've got to have a basic infrastructure, not just, something to protect your money, but to protect you as an individual, to protect your community, to protect your assets, protect your family even. And you progress that up to any intellectual properties you may create. You want to have those things protected. You want to make sure that, of course, your economics are protected. And, the people that are responsible for that protection part are your lawyers, your managers, your counselors, your mentors. The people at the social level are there to really protect your brain, make sure that you're not just taking in any random information from any source and going with it. Also watch what you're watching. Don't assume that, what is good for one athlete is good for you. There is no one fit that fits all. Make sure that if you get into business, understand the things that protect you, like limited liability corporations, especially if you're running like a gym and you're in the hurt business. You can't just hurt customers coming in. You saw the situation with, it was recent, where some person was put in a submission and it injured them to the point I think they were paralyzed for a while, or they're still paralyzed. So you got to protect yourself all the way around. Also, make sure you understand, especially in the fight game, the political policies and the structures that are created, how the game is played. One of the things that fighters fail to realize is that a lot of times that if you go from one promotion to another, they all negotiate differently. There are some promotions that are really easy to negotiate with, and there are some that are quite difficult. And a lot of times, the ones that have difficulty, either you haven't worked with them before, you're new to the process, you're new to them, and they just don't want to give you any leeway. Now that can change over time, which is a good thing. I've had some promotions that I hold in high regard, but they didn't give me anything in the beginning, so I had to stay with them for a while and work with them. And there's just some, no matter how much you do for them, they're never going to change. They are the way they are. They have created success in their way, and so changing is not necessarily something that they're going to do. It's just not going to change a lot, because whatever they have is working for them. Even if your mindset is, hey, my ideas are going to bring you in hundreds of thousands of dollars just through me. Imagine if I applied this concept to all your fighters. It doesn't matter. They're happy with whatever they have, and they don't want to take any chances or risk of you upsetting the apple cart, as they say. So don't go in expecting a lot. Learn that's how the game is played. You're going to have to create your own networks. Understand that some promotions are governed by independent sanctioning bodies, and some governed by the state. So you're going to have to play that game as well. You have to understand what those rules are. But the biggest thing I'm trying to get across to you is, like, you're going to have to learn this for yourself. Like, stop listening to anyone who tells you that's how the game is played. Even me, I'm trying to tell you, there are resources out there for you to study, to pick up information, to learn this for yourself. It's just a matter of putting in the time, and if there's someone out there like me that's, saying, hey, I can do this for you, make sure they have some involvement. There's some risk on their part. It's not just, here's the information, pay me for it. They should have some risk, some involvement at some level, something they have to do, some type of partnership, short term, they have to take care of. They should be able to give you a limited amount of guarantees. Not guarantees things like winning fights. That's silly, because a lot of that is on you. But they should be able to give you guarantees in terms of negotiating the contract, and you get what is asked. And in that process, if you meet your requirements, regardless of the outcome of the show, you should be able to get what you signed on that dotted line for. So make sure that you have somebody with some skin in the game. It's going to work out better for you if you find that type of person versus someone who is almost independent of you. In other words, it doesn't matter if you win, it doesn't matter if you lose, because they have too much power and too much control. And so they can, from their perspective, they're going to always be able to easily replace you. So you want to watch out for that. But, the biggest thing is that athletes have to learn this game for themselves. It's tiring. I know you don't want to, but you're going to have to. We're moving into a time where the whole infrastructure of having a name of a popular gym is no longer going to work. Knowing this person or that person, it's not going to work. Having fought for this promotion, it's not going to work. Wins and losses aren't going to be the key factor to you getting to the next level. It's really about the power of negotiation. It's all about brand building, and you have to do it now. You have to start now. A lot of you guys are late in the game, and no, posting videos of your favorite cartoons from the 80s and 90s, it's not brand building. It's funny, and it brings some understanding and a level of awareness of who you are, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more to building your brand for the fight game. And also, here's the thing, it's like the fight business itself isn't exactly a brick and mortar business that you can run like traditional brick and mortar business. So you can't have a traditional mindset when it comes to the fight game. It's not like there's a store with fighters in it and customers walk in and pick and choose the fighter they like off the shelf. It's a very fluid and mobile business, and you've got to learn to move with it. If you don't learn to move with it, you're going to be shocked at the fact that you're winning, but you're not gaining momentum. And that's because, again, it's what I said earlier, it's a lot of infrastructure that goes on, and you've got to learn to integrate all these elements from the people you have on the social level, your coaches, your fight skills themselves matter. Yeah, all that matters now. Then understanding, your management team, your lawyers. And if you're not at a level where you're signed with anyone and you're just getting started, yeah, amateurs, I'm talking to you, then some of these people are like your parents, your friends, your employers. If they're not tuned into your next steps and your plans, why are they going to work with you? So it's an entire infrastructure. Because if you're trying to get somewhere and you're not able to be in the gym from a team point of view, you're totally unreliable. And even if you don't mean to be that unreliable person, a lot of it has to do with the fact that you haven't spoken up for yourself with your teammates and your co-workers. You got to put yourself in the best position to win. It's not just coaches and trainers doing all this stuff for you, and business owners. It's not somebody else's responsibility. It's yours. If they can see that you're taking this seriously, man, they're going to help you get to the next level. But it's like I said, if they help you and they put skin in the game, you've got to have some skin in the game. So, you got to work on those things. I'm here to help. I'm not here to do it for you. I'm here to tell you, some of those things that go into your infrastructure, I can help you with identifying them, because you may already have some now. And the crazy part about it is you may have some that you're not taking advantage of right now. But that's how the game is played. That's how it works. We learn as we go. And as we go, we grow. I am Coach Sess. You've had words with the Mad Coach.